Whenever I see one of these grab and run robberies from an Apple store, I can't help but think of, well, the situation at Starbucks. Was it a month ago where a couple of the fellas walked into Starbucks, said they wanted to use the bathroom, said they wanted to sit down, all without buying anything. They were asked nicely to leave 3 times. Cops asked them to leave 3 times. They refused. They were removed from the premises. Became a thing, right? Remember they closed Starbucks down. 177,000 employees had the day off or had to go to this sensitivity training seminar because asking black people to leave your store if they don't buy anything, if they are trespassing, if they are breaking the law, well, that's just one more example of white racism. Now, I can't help but think of that when I see this story from Apple. Listen, I know Apple and Starbucks are different businesses, but essentially the same kind of people work there. I'm using it my Apple MacBook Pro, so I'm all good with the Apple products. I'm all good with the Apple people. But let's not pretend that they are not what they are. Let's not pretend they're not down with the cause. Let's not pretend that people who run that company aren't down with the cause. So here's our latest example of Apple might be down with the cause, but the cause is not down with Apple.
This crystal clear surveillance video shows how a group of young men made off with a small fortune worth of Apple products. The 4 only needed mere seconds to steal 26 items, totaling $27,000 Saturday morning at the Fresno Apple store inside a fashion fair.
Various iPhones, the iPhone 6, iPhone 7 and 8, and even the new iPhone X were taken in this grand theft.
Just as quickly as they arrived, the young men in hoodies wasted no time ripping out the tethered electronics from display tables throughout the store as customers and Apple Store employees looked on helplessly. Watch as one of the thieves with an armful of laptops scurries past a group of frightened teenage girls.
One customer stood by the door trying to prevent them from leaving and was knocked out of the way. So right now we're looking for 4 or 5. We believe there was a getaway driver, black males, anywhere from 16 to 18 years old.
According to police, the 4 never displayed any weapons. Investigators are reviewing the surveillance footage from inside the store to see who the young men are and if the crime is connected to a similar robbery in downtown San Luis Obispo last month.
There is other reports out there of other places, other cities in California that have had these kind of takeover thefts. So again, we're looking into that being connected to any other crimes that have occurred at Apple stores outside of Fresno.
I got a kick out of the sheriff kind of hinting that this kind of thing may have happened before. We have done dozens of stories of black people, invariably black people, running into an Apple store, yanking out as much as they could, and running away. We've done the same kind of stories, by the way, with people running into Starbucks and other high-end coffee shops and yanking Apple computers out of somebody's hands. So I guess Apple computers are in high demand. What's not in high demand is anybody connecting the dots, saying this kind of theft and violence at an Apple store, it's a black thing. You wouldn't understand it, because understanding that kind of stuff, well, that just makes the black kids angry.